Alrighty folks, this is Lurch from Ireland Gaming and welcome back to another episode of From the Depths. I'm here again today with Ruger and he has built a very interesting little platform for you. This is his advanced AA solutions and we're going to have a talk about what goes into each of these turrets. And of course, as usual, this will be going up on the workshop, correct?
Yes.
Sweet. The workshop for you guys to play with, and yeah, you can download it and have a go with it yourself. But first of all, we're going to have a look at Ruger's 53mm, correct? Yes?
Yeah.
53mm Buzzkill AP anti-air cannon. And you can just see with the new turret changes how fast and mobile this thing is. It's on a 2-axis turret, and like I say, Ruger built all of these, so I'm going to let him talk about them.
Alright, yeah. Well, a long time ago, I was building ball turrets with custom cannons because you didn't need more barrels or elevation barrels or any of that stuff. They would just aim and fire with the 2-axis. But then advanced cannons came along, and there was not much point doing that. But now, with these new patches, everything has changed and everything becomes available again.
Yeah, with these new movement mechanics for the mass and the turrets.
Yeah, and I seen Cerberus made a very nice ball turret.
Oh, that was her Nutcracker cannon, yeah?
Yeah, the Nutcracker.
Very
and I
cool.
was thinking, yeah, I need to go back and visit ball turrets again. And then the patch landed and the tracking speed thing came, so I was like, oh yeah.
Bingo, jackpot.
So this is a modification of the CIWS system. It's got an extra belt feeder in there, so it's gone up a bit in fire rate quite a lot. But it has a lot more armor and tracking ability and all that stuff, so it'll murder squirrels all day and all night.
Yeah, it can really track them very well. The really unusual thing about these turrets is obviously where the turret itself is placed. Yeah, do you want to talk about that a wee bit?
Yeah, so it's designed so it's a sphere that will rotate inside a casing as such. So that's why I can sit inside this little egg cup. And that's because the turret block is actually dead central in the turret. So everything will rotate around that point and not collide with the sides. So you can get at least some armor around it, but unfortunately a lot of it is still going to be exposed. Which is not a huge deal. I mean, we managed to armor up the front of it fairly well. But if you add armor all around that, then you just make it heavy and then you lose its tracking speed. But the real beauty of this system is you don't need a mantlet. You need no mantlets at all. And mantlets are very, very expensive. Yeah,
I mean, you put an AA mantlet on this, it increases the price by what, 6.2k? It's very, very expensive. You were saying this turret's about what, 18k or something like that?
Yeah, I think if you were to put a mantlet on it, it's already like only twice the cost of a single mantlet or something like that. So you do save quite a bit by doing this configuration. Yeah,
so it doesn't matter quite so much that your turret's a little bit more vulnerable because it's so cheap, and you just put more of them on.
Yeah. And this one could be hidden inside hull a wee bit anyway. If we move over to this one over here, this is roughly the same layout.
This is your 150mm Auto-Flacker?
Yeah, this is the Auto-Flacker. This is probably the most badass flak gun I've ever made. This thing can just zip around and shoot stuff right in the belly when it's flying over. I've never managed to get a flak gun to do that before, but this one can. So it spins around. I always say,
whoa! Look at that.
Yeah, now that is a 6.150 cannon.
That's a big cannon. I mean, that's a lot of gauge.
Moving at that speed is pretty ridiculous.
So tracking's incredible with that.
Yeah, its tracking is fantastic, and it'll just pop a flak right down your face pretty much. It's basically identical chassis to the Buzzkill.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly the same.
Yeah, and a bit more armor. But yeah, it's pretty cool. But anyway, swiftly moving on.
Yeah, to the sort of star attraction. This thing is absolutely incredible.
This is our first laser on the
workshop
on the channel,
on the channel. We've done some basic LAM systems, laser anti-missiles, but nothing quite as elaborate as this. And this is the first weapon system that Ruger's put together for us. So this is the Cerberus dual-purpose anti-missile system and laser.
So the general thought behind this was, I wasn't too happy about fluctuating power costs with lasers and LAMs and stuff like that. So I thought, what can I do with the downtime of a LAMs when it's not firing? So I turn it into offensive damage.
Yep, might as well use it.
We do this by having a separate AI just for itself. So if you come around the back here, you'll see there's an AI with 2 ACBs beside it. Now one ACB is just set to turn this on every second, but the other one is set to turn it off when there's a missile within 500 meters. So basically, whenever a missile comes within 500 meters, this cannon stops shooting and the LAM starts shooting. That means the main lasers don't drain power and make your LAMs really weak, and vice versa. So you get a constant power drain then. So whenever there's no missiles, it murders. Whenever there's missiles, it shoots the missiles down.
Yeah, and especially with the way that the new engines work, having to build specific engines for high and low power draws and stuff like that, it means you can get away with one big engine that will cover this entire system. It will sort out your LAMs, and you'll also get the benefits of a laser system as well, without having to think about or worry at all about making a different engine to cover your additional spike in power, or even using a battery bank to have the disparity. It's a great system.
Yeah, you don't need any of that stuff. Once this thing starts running, it's this system is 10k power. That's 10,000 power per second.
That's a lot of power.
Yeah, that's a lot. But you can do that with one big high RPM engine, and that won't fluctuate. That will stay at 10k all the time. So you can cover it
even when it's switching over, which is so cool.
Yeah, so no batteries, no fluctuations, and on. It's very nice, and also it's ridiculously powerful. So, like, not many missiles will get past this LAMs. Like, it's pretty crazy powerful. And because of the new turret speed turning, this laser is insane at shooting down fast things.
Yeah, because there's absolutely no mass on this turret at all. I mean, all it has is the transceiver and the firing pieces and a couple of barrel bits. That's really it. There's very little, and we could speed it up considerably more by changing this to wood on the top, to lower the weight of the turret. But it helps to be a little bit more defensible, I guess.
Yeah, and it'll shoot down pretty much anything. I mean, it's not a super duper powerful laser, but
yeah, it's no Death Star laser like.
Yeah, but it's the dual purpose thing that really sells it for this system.
And really, it's much better for anti-air purposes. It does work very well against ships, don't get me wrong, but it is fantastic for anti-air because of the speed that it tracks at. And I've often seen it in testing before. It takes out a whole bunch of missiles whenever they fire. Then it just points directly at the target and shoots it in the face. It looks brilliant.
And yeah, I think I've put a swarm of bees against it, and it just shoots down every single missile before it gets in. So it's pretty effective.
Yeah, very much so. So yeah, that is the Cerberus missile platform. Now this particular one, I know a lot of people have been asking for a LAM system for my coastal defense series, and I am almost certainly going to be building this fellow into some sort of coastal defense platform. Incoming heavy resource point hit, but I think it will be worth every penny, because whenever you see this guy in action in the upcoming montage, because I am going to put a montage at the end showing these things working for you, you'll see just why I want one of these on my coastal defense. it's amazing. Yeah, so I guess that's more or less it for this episode. Anything else you want to talk about?
No, I think that's everything covered.
That's cool. So, nice one. I really hope you enjoyed the episode. Any likes, subs or comments are really awesome. I love hearing from you guys, and I read every single comment. Do you want to say goodbye, Ruger?
Goodbye, Ruger.
As always, take it handy and have a bloody good day.